it's Tony with List It or Lose It challenge. So I just wanted to come up here and give you guys an update. I did finish my second challenge and got everything completed, and I'm gonna say if I can do it this weekend, I can do it anytime. So the weekend first started off with my husband telling me that he was gonna have the weekend off, and which, you know, normally you would think, oh, weekend off, big deal. But my husband hasn't had weekends off in I don't know how long. Like, we spent a trip, like we went up to the beach together, but he's literally been working 7 days a week. So when he said, I have the weekend off, that meant we're gonna spend the weekend together, which is great. But I have this challenge to do. So I had, like, you know, take out blocks of time to make sure that I was going to get the challenge finished. So the first block of time was Saturday. I made sure that I went back to the office and took pictures of everything. And so I got all the pictures done, and I figured Sunday night, after I hung out with my girlfriend, who I also haven't seen in like 3 months, and she called me out of the blue, so I went and hung out with her. So I was thinking after I hung out with her on Sunday, I would get everything drafted, and then listed and then drafted and then go live. Anyway, so, but that's not what happened. And I first want to say that what I'm about to tell you, my nephew is fine, but my nephew was in a car accident right after I left my girlfriend's house, and he hit his head really hard and had a concussion, but they did not know that. And so he had left the scene of the accident, went over to a friend's house and was saying he was fine, called my mom and said, Grandma, will you come pick me up? He's 16. And he said, you know, I've been in an accident, but I don't feel very good. So she was on the phone with him, and he started getting kind of like drowsy and slurring his words. So she had him call an ambulance, and by the time the ambulance got there, he was completely unconscious. And so they life flighted him out of there, which, you know, it's just, I just am so happy he's okay. They're releasing him from the hospital tonight, but that put a wrench in my weekend plans. And so I was at the hospital with him up until about 11 p.m. and then I went home, and while I was at the hospital, you know, we're just waiting in the waiting room. I was kind of like putting listings together and kind of keeping my mind off of everything. And when I got home, I made everything live, and so I had it done by midnight. So I wanted to have a haul ready for you guys for the next batch of my List It or Lose It challenge, which would be challenge number 3, but I don't. And so I just wanted to hop on here, tell you guys that I got the challenge finished, and life happens. And I really want to keep on top of this, so I will have a haul for you guys tomorrow. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody was out there getting their stuff done. If you're following along with me, you're getting your challenges done too and getting things listed. I would love to know what you guys got listed since following along. And also, during my challenge, during the last haul, I had put in these 2 items. These 2 items were already listed on eBay. So for some reason, I had them in my need to list instead of listed and need to inventory pile. I don't know how I did that. They were the only ones that were in there, thank goodness. And so I am gonna inventory these. These are now in my inventory pile. So, and then also I decided to take out the Kiko, not the bassinet piece, but the changing table piece, because I wasn't sure if all the parts were there, and I just don't want to sell something if all the parts are not there, and I couldn't find anything online to show me what parts could be missing. So I just opted out of that. So I had 3 things that I took away, and I added 4 things in. So I went to a garage sale on Friday, and I picked up a handful of things, and this was one of them. This is a 1978 Ideal Toy Bear, and I thought he might be worth something. He's really not. I paid $1 for him. He was worth the $1. I think I have him listed for $11. I'm not sure. Go check it out, because on Tony Thrifts, that's my eBay store, you'll be able to see all these things. They're all listed. And then I got this, and if you follow me along on Instagram, you've seen this. I did not see it on Friday when I went to the garage sale, but I had bought a bed set for my niece. When I went back, it was half off day on Sunday to pick up the bed set, and this was still there. So I got this for $1. I have it listed for $46, and I'm very confident that it will sell for $46. This is a be on the lookout for. It's Cares. Let me open it up because this is usually how you see it. You either see it in this bag here. Most people don't have the box. Or, it's really hard to do this one-handed. Or this here. And it literally is a harness. And it will have this on the harness. There you go, Cares. And these sell. I mean, I sell these all the time for $40 to $50. This one is an older, I know it's older because of this blue bag. They still sell. The lady had paid $100 for this, so there was a receipt was on the inside, but she had it shipped, so she paid, I think it was like $80 plus shipping. But people like these. They are a harness for an airplane when you take your child with you. And no, not for when the airplane crashes. Literally when I bought this at the estate sale, the lady's like, is that for, that's not going to save a kid if an airplane crashes. And I was like, it's kind of for turbulence. But okay. Also, I got these two dolls. They have their hats. They still work. I paid way too much for them, but I couldn't leave them behind. I love Jessie and Woody. Jessie was my daughter's favorite, and Mulan, because Mulan had a sword and she could fight and she dressed like a boy. My daughter is a total tomboy. She has a 1971 pickup truck. She wants to be a diesel mechanic. And so that was her favorite, those were her favorite princesses, Mulan and Jessie. So, and then I got this. And I have those listed, I think, for $45. And then I got this. Drexler USA. It is an older one, Champion. There's like a tag down here. You guys can see all these on eBay. I got this for $1. I was going through old t-shirts. I like to look through t-shirts. Everybody should be looking through t-shirts, especially old t-shirts. And I was hoping to find, you know, an old rock concert t-shirt, but I didn't. Instead, I found this, and it already sold for $50. So I paid $1 for it. It was a good turnover. And that was it. These are like the little hats, Woody and anyways, guys, so I just want to jump on here, tell you guys, got the challenge done. I'll have a haul for you guys tomorrow. And I feel like a lucky lady this weekend with my nephew being okay. The cop said that he's surprised that the boys are lived. So I'm gonna tear up a little bit, but we're all okay, and that's life. So you guys get out there, list it, get it done, and we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.